Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. I feel like it's been so long since I talked on here. It actually has. I feel like it's been like a month. Lately my life has been pretty good. Everything has been smooth sailing. I honestly have no complaints. I want to say I'm the happiest that I could be, but I am pretty fucking close. And so, you know, I ain't really had no shit to talk about because I've just been kind of like in my vibe, in my zone. I've been trying to be just more creative and trying to spend time with myself. I've been off social media and I've just been just trying to get my shit together behind the scenes and it's been going so good. So I'm back with a video today. Today's video is gonna be a little different. It's probably random to y'all, but it's not really that random to me. So I was planning on moving at the end of May. May? Yes, my lease is up at the end of May, or was up at the end of May. But honestly, y'all, I don't have the patience or energy to move right now. Like, I have a bunch of other goals that I wanna accomplish, and all 2023 I was screaming like, yeah, I'm gonna move, I'm gonna get my dream apartment again 2024. And now that 2024 is here, I've just kind of like, you know, we can just wait another year for that. So this video was supposed to be a part of my like whole like moving vlog series, but since that's not happening no more, I'm just like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna still do the video. So today's video is basically about the things that you should look for when moving into an apartment. So this is my second apartment in Chicago, but I had like a zillion apartments in Carbondale. I moved around so fucking much. Like, that's part of the reason I'm like, Bray, don't move, because I swear I move almost every year. I made a list of things you should look for when you first tour an apartment, because some of these things are just things that I did not really think of at first when I was touring. But my apartment is kind of old school. I love my apartment, but I want y'all to know this apartment is not modern as far as, it's not like quote unquote luxury. It's pretty much just like a nice old school vibe apartment. So a lot of the stuff that I added to my list, I feel like, is because I moved here. So yes, let's get into it. Okay, so my list isn't not in any particular order. I just boom, boom, boom. So I'm gonna just start with what is at the top of the list. So first, I have common areas. So windows. Does it have good sunlight and can you see out the windows? I say this because I have one window that is in my living room that is kind of like misty. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like not as clear as other windows. And so it doesn't bother me, but you know, that might be something that might bother some other people. Personally, I get very good sunlight in here, so I'm not tripping about the cloggy window. But that is something you should look for. Are the windows clear? Are you able to see out of it? What are you looking at when you look outside the windows? My second thing is outside surroundings. So I feel like it's important to think about how far the trash is, if there's any big fields, because big fields might equal tiny animals, has trees, ponds, all that, insects. That means that shit might be coming into your home. And how loud, is there a busy street, is there an expressway, etc. So for me personally, when I first moved downtown, it was loud as hell, and I wasn't really prepared for that. I didn't think about the fact that, damn, like, these ambulances and fire trucks that are going off might disturb my sleeping baby. Again, y'all might not think of it too deeply, but I do. The reason I bring the fields up and the ponds and shit is because when I was living in Carbondale, I had this really nice loft, right? And in the back of the loft, like a back of the apartment complex, they had like a little pond and the field, like a little area you can walk. I'm like, oh my God, this is so cute. You know, I used to walk my baby out there when he was first born and shit. Summertime came around and it was mice coming in my damn house. Little ass mice, little field mice. And I mean, I guess that's my fault because they also was like, oh, you can get like pest control for $10 a month. I'm like, why the fuck would I have to pay for that? This is y'all stuff. So I didn't get pest control because I just didn't think that meant, hey, we have pests. But again, that was something I did not think about, and so then I had to deal with little mice problem. So the next thing I have is for those who are wanting to live into a loft, you have to think about the fact that, do you need a door? Do you need privacy? For me, when I was living in the loft, I'm like, when I first moved in, I didn't have a baby. But after I had the baby, I'm like, damn, I wish I had a door so I could close the door, keep the sound in, you know, just have privacy, separate my house. When people came over, they be downstairs, loud as hell, that the sound coming up. And I'm just like, man, I wish I had a door. So yeah. How many plugs in each room? Okay, y'all, this is definitely something that I did not think I had to think about, because everywhere I moved, I was just so used to having like 3 or 4 plugs or whatever in each room. Well, lo and behold, I moved here, and guess what? There's only 2 plugs in the living room, and there is 1 plug in my bedroom. Do you know how inconvenient it is to have 1 plug in a bedroom? Because it's like, okay, I want to change my room around, but I have to think about where the fuck the power source is gonna be. It's complicated when I have lights. It's complicated when I want to charge my phone. So I have to keep an extension cord on deck in my room. And again, this is not a huge problem, but yes, it is. For me, it is. I lied. It is a huge problem because it's not as convenient. So, you know, it is important to look and see how many plugs in each room, especially if you're the type that likes to change your room around. You don't want to be like secluded to one little area where you have to plug up your TV, plug up your light, plug up your phone. So the next section is the kitchen. All right, so kitchen counter space. There has been a couple of apartments that I moved to, and I'm just like, oh, like the kitchen looks cute, but I didn't consciously think about, damn, is this actually enough counter space to cook on? My kitchen currently is decent. I would not say it's enough, but you know, I'm able to have a little small section on my counter to cook. So if you're a big cooker, you need space, you want to spread out things, you definitely have to look at how much counter space you have. And what I mean by look, literally, like, you have to think about where the microwave is gonna go, where, like, if you got a paper towel wrap, if that's gonna take up space. I have a bunch of like little like knickknacks, I guess, and that takes up, not knickknacks, but I have this rack that I hold my like oven mitts and I don't know, all the other shit that I like, the little measuring cups, and that shit takes up space too. So, you know, whenever I toured an apartment, I'm just like, oh yeah, the kitchen decent, but I didn't actually like put myself in the kitchen and act like, yo, this is enough space, this is not enough space for me to cook. So, bedroom, I just added this one, y'all. Does the bedroom have a lock on the door? I don't have a lock on my bedroom door. It's not really an issue, but sometimes I do want to lock my door. It's nothing I actually thought about when I first came to tour the apartment, because I am just so used to, if I have a bedroom door, it has a lock on it. But because I said, like, this is an old apartment, apparently they were just like, it's like one of them keyholes with an actual like old school like skeleton key type shit. Like, I don't have that. So yes, that's the only thing that I really have for the bedroom. I guess you can apply the plug thing there. So, bathroom. Okay, the tub. I put, is the tub too deep for baths? Does the stopper work? How does the water run? I said test that shit. And what is the material of the tub? Okay, so I say does the stopper work because I believe that I did have one apartment that I moved in where it had one of those like twist stoppers, and that shit did not work, which means I was not able to take baths. I could have asked them to fix it, but I mean, that's just shit they should already know before. Like, I shouldn't have to ask to fix it. How does the water run? I say that because sometimes the water pressure in the bathroom be funky as hell. And it's not like they're gonna be like, hey, the water pressure's in here weird. They just gonna let you see the apartment, tour it, and when you first move in and you turn that water on, it's gonna be funky as hell. What the material of the tub is made of? I say that because, I guess this is a personal one, but I've noticed that some material of tubs do not clean well. And it don't matter how much little spray or Comex I put in there, it's like the material of the tub is just fucking weird, and personally I'm not messing with it. My tub here in this apartment is kind of like that, and it's like chipped and shit. Again, I'm not trying to be a stickler, but I just feel like if we moving in somewhere and we paying rent, we should have the best quality of stuff. And my tub is chipping, and it's like the material of the tub is really weird. And I mean, I've taken baths in it, but because of the material, I'm like, I'm not sitting my ass on that. So that's important to me. I didn't think to check like the material of the tub. Even after I was living in my apartment downtown, that tub was weird as hell, and I hated it as well. Hated the material, and I felt like it was way too deep for baths. Like it was one of those like luxury tubs, I guess, but when I was getting in that shit, it just felt really uncomfortable because the tub was so deep, and then it just took a lot to fill up the water. So check your fucking tub. Check the bathroom. Look around the bathroom. Can you see yourself getting in that tub every day? Do you like the material? Space. So space in a bathroom is also a huge thing. Is there space for storage items? Do I need to purchase a shelf? I've noticed a lot of bathrooms are kind of smaller, and sometimes they don't really leave a lot of room for space. So if you're one of those types that like to buy those little bathroom things from Walmart, it's best to check to see if you can even put that in there. My bathroom has like a little cabinet at top, so obviously I don't really need to do that. But I've had other bathrooms where there was no space, and I had to literally either put all my stuff in the drawer, or I had to sit it all on a sink, which sometimes could get really junky. So yeah, check the space. Okay, I have backyard and decks on here, but that doesn't apply for this apartment. I just have like room for bugs, and is the space crowded? The loft that I had in Carbondale had a little balcony thing. Well, it's not a balcony because I was on the first floor, but it was like a little cutout balcony space. And so I was so excited to get it. Y'all, I've always wanted a balcony, and I still do. Maybe not in Chicago because that shit gonna be off the ground and I'm weird with heights, but it had a balcony, right? I'm like, yes, I could be sitting out here reading my book, drinking my tea. Gee, it was a hella bugs, hella fucking bugs. And again, it's probably because that field was in the back, but I don't give a fuck about that. It was hella bugs. I should have went out there and looked to see how I actually felt in there. All right, so this list is not as long as I actually thought. Like when I'm talking, when I'm talking to y'all, it's not long. But actually, like if you were to be walking around in an apartment checking all these things, I do feel like it could take, you know, it would help have your apartment tour last longer. Because I know for me, I'm in there like 5 to 7 minutes, when really I need to be spending like 10-15 minutes in there. I need to be looking in the cabinets, I need to be looking in the crevices and the corners, all that shit. And so that's why I pretty much made this list. But I do feel that apartment places, they're not gonna be completely honest with you about stuff. They're not gonna tell you everything. They just want you to buy the place. And actually, as I'm talking, y'all, guess what? I thought of another one. Where should I put this? I'll put it under the comment area. Okay. So, do the floor squeak? And can you hear the neighbors upstairs? Now, I feel like I only say that because of these apartments. I have never experienced my floor squeaking, and I have never experienced hearing my neighbors upstairs. Maybe in Carbondale, I did hear like sometimes. There's this one situation where I don't want to talk about it, but secondly, here it's not that bad, but I can hear my neighbors upstairs walking around, and so that does not bother me. But with that being said, when I am in my bedroom and they are in their bedroom and they are in their bed fucking, I can hear the floor squeak from the bed. Okay, y'all? It's uncomfortable. I have a son. We share rooms right now. And it's just like, again, that's nothing you can really test when you tour, because what if the neighbors aren't there or the neighbors are quiet? But it's definitely something to think about. I never thought that that would be a thing for me. I didn't think that, damn, when I'm in my bedroom, I can hear people upstairs in a bedroom. When I lived downtown, I for sure did not have to deal with that. I did not hear any people upstairs. I did not hear, my floor was not squeaking. And You know, these are just things to be mindful of. Because of me and my anxiety, I just be trying to get in and get out. I just be looking at the space, y'all. I'm like, oh, this is a big enough living room, or oh, this is a decent sized bedroom, the bathroom is cute type shit. But I don't actually look at the details in the apartment. And that's what this list for. This list is basically a detail list for you to use when you go to an apartment. It takes the pressure off. You don't have to sit and constantly try to like, oh, don't forget this. Just make the list and write the shit down. I forget everything, so that makes sense on why I have to carry a list with me. But I just wanted to share my list in honor of me not moving. But you know, next year, we'll see. We'll get it together. Like I said, I got a couple goals that I want to achieve first in my apartment. You know, we good. It's cheap in Chicago with that rent hike. My apartment is looking better than a lot of the other apartments out there, and they are more expensive and they are smaller. Okay, so I'm just like, Bray, sit your ass down and worry about that shit later. So yeah, so I don't know. That's pretty much all I have for today. But no, for real, thank y'all for tuning in, and I missed talking to y'all so much. I'm gonna be back with another video next week. I really appreciate the support as always. I don't know, like, comment, share, subscribe, you know, do the damn thing. And I hope that y'all have a good rest of your day.